Hey everyone, welcome back to Fact Fusion. Today we're going to talk about some really cool ancient civilizations that you might not have heard of. These civilizations did amazing things a long time ago. So stick around to learn about 5 forgotten civilizations and their awesome inventions. Make sure to watch until the end to hear about an ancient society that used super advanced technology way before anyone else. First up, we have the Minoans. They lived on the island of Crete from around 3000 to 1450 BCE. The Minoans were great at sailing and trading with other countries like Egypt, the Near East, and even as far as Europe. They used ships to carry goods like pottery, olive oil, and precious metals across the Mediterranean Sea. Their trade networks helped them become very wealthy and powerful. One of their coolest creations was the Palace of Knossos. This huge building had many rooms, beautiful paintings on the walls, and even an advanced plumbing system with toilets. The palace was so big and complex that some people think it inspired the myth of the labyrinth and the Minotaur. The Minoans also had a writing system called Linear A, which we still can't read today. This writing was used to keep records and maybe even write stories or religious texts. The Minoans were also amazing artists. They painted colorful frescoes on the walls of their buildings, showing scenes of nature, animals, and people. Their pottery was beautifully decorated with intricate designs. The Minoans' art, pottery, and religious practices influenced the ancient Greeks, showing how important the Minoans were in history. They had a sophisticated society with a high level of organization, which allowed them to create such impressive structures and artwork. Next, let's visit the Indus Valley Civilization. They lived in South Asia from 3300 to 1300 BCE. These people were amazing at planning their cities. Their civilization was located in what is now Pakistan and northwest India, along the banks of the Indus River. Cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro had streets laid out in a grid pattern, just like modern cities. This made it easy to get around and organize their communities. They also had advanced drainage systems to keep their cities clean and prevent flooding. These systems included covered drains along the streets and large, brick-lined sewers. The Indus Valley people built their houses with baked bricks, and many homes had their own wells and bathrooms. The people of the Indus Valley were skilled at making jewelry and tools from metals like copper, bronze, and gold. They crafted beautiful necklaces, bracelets, and other ornaments. They also made tools and weapons that were essential for their daily lives. They had their own writing system, which we still can't understand, but we know they used it for keeping records and communicating. The cities of the Indus Valley Civilization were very organized, with public buildings, granaries, and baths. This shows they had smart leaders and a good government to manage everything. The standardized weights and measures found across their cities indicate a complex economic system, which further underscores their sophistication. Their ability to plan and build such advanced cities makes them one of the most impressive ancient civilizations. Now let's go to Anatolia, which is modern-day Turkey. Here, we find the Hittites, who lived from around 1600 to 1178 BCE. The Hittites were great at using iron to make tools and weapons. They were one of the first civilizations to enter the Iron Age, which gave them a big advantage over others who were still using bronze. The Hittites learned how to smelt iron, which means they could extract it from ore and shape it into tools and weapons. Iron is much stronger than bronze, so their iron tools and weapons were more durable and effective. This helped them become very powerful and successful in battles. They used their iron weapons to expand their territory and defend their kingdom. The Hittites also built many roads to connect their cities and towns. These roads helped them move their armies and trade goods more easily. They created a set of laws to keep order in their society, which included rules about property, crime, and family matters. Their legal system was very advanced for its time and influenced other civilizations that came after them. The Hittites were also skilled diplomats. They made important treaties with other countries, like the famous Treaty of Kadesh with Egypt. This treaty was one of the first peace agreements in history and showed that the Hittites valued diplomacy and cooperation. Their advancements in making iron tools and their smart diplomacy helped them become an important civilization in the ancient world. Next, we travel to East Africa, to the Kingdom of Aksum. This civilization existed from around 100 to 940 CE in what is now Ethiopia and Eritrea. Aksum was a strong trading empire that connected Africa with the Mediterranean and Asian worlds. They traded goods like ivory, gold, and exotic animals, becoming a major player in the Red Sea trade network. The Aksumites are famous for their huge stone pillars, like the obelisk of Aksum. These tall structures were carved from single pieces of rock and marked royal tombs. The tallest of these obelisks is over 24 meters high. Carving and transporting these giant stones was a huge engineering feat, showing the Aksumites' impressive skills. The kingdom also had its own writing called Ge'ez, which is still used in Ethiopia today. They used this script to write important documents, inscriptions, and religious texts. Aksum was one of the first big empires to become Christian. King Ezana, who ruled in the 4th century CE, converted to Christianity and made it the official religion of the kingdom. This changed their culture a lot and helped spread Christianity throughout the region. The Aksumites were also skilled in making coins. They minted their own gold, silver, and bronze coins, which had inscriptions in both Greek and Ge'ez. These coins were used for trade and showed that Aksum had a strong economy. Their ability to connect with other cultures through trade and their impressive engineering achievements make the Kingdom of Aksum a fascinating ancient civilization. Finally, let's meet the Nabateans. They lived in the deserts of modern-day Jordan, Israel, and Saudi Arabia from around the 4th century BCE to the 2nd century CE. The Nabateans are best known for their capital city, Petra, which was carved into red rock cliffs. Petra is one of the most amazing ancient cities in the world. The Nabateans were amazing engineers. They built advanced systems to collect and store water in the desert. This helped them survive in a very dry place where water was scarce. They created a network of cisterns, dams, and aqueducts to collect rainwater and store it for later use. This allowed them to have enough water for drinking, farming, and their animals. Petra is full of beautiful buildings carved directly into the rock, like the famous treasury, which has a stunning facade with columns and sculptures. The city also had tombs, temples, and an amphitheater, showing the Nabateans' architectural skills. Their smart location on trade routes made them rich, as they controlled the flow of goods like spices, incense, and textiles between Arabia and the Mediterranean. The Nabateans' ability to harness scarce water resources and create a thriving city in the desert is a remarkable achievement. Their engineering and architectural skills, combined with their strategic trade location, made Petra one of the most impressive cities of the ancient world. These 5 forgotten civilizations, Minoans, Indus Valley, Hittites, Aksum, and Nabateans, each left a special mark on history with their cool inventions. From smart city planning and iron tools to giant monuments and water systems, these ancient peoples were super clever. Remember, history is full of hidden treasures waiting to be found. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Fact Fusion, and click the bell icon to stay updated on our latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.